Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. We do want to say good evening and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy, and I'm excited to be here. I am. Why? Because it's Wednesday. That means it's hump day, but it also is my Friday. It is our, we're on summer days now, so it is our Friday here on the Real Chat Daddy Show, but we have a action-packed show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure from the beginning to the end this evening. Sitting in the co-host chair is our longest running guest co-host, the queen of everything. She has all the latest hot topics and gossip tonight that we're going to talk about. The amazing Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. What's happening?
Hey, Chat Daddy, how are you? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Friday Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Friday Eve. It's Friday to you,
Yes.
although I have one more show to do this week.
Yes.
But happy Friday. And I just saw you out and about today, just looking fabulous.
Well, thank you. I'm exhausted from being out today, but it was good. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. As I said before, we have an action-packed show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. Joining us from American Idol Season 6 is semi-finalist Miss Leslie Hunt, and we're excited to have her here tonight. She's a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist. Just excited about her new album, Ascend and Descend. I love that. And so we're going to talk about everything from her remarkable musical career, surviving this pandemic, to now dropping a new album, and June being Black Music Month. And I actually listened to some of her video. I think she a little blue-eyed soul there. I think she's a sister girl. I think there's a sister girl in her somewhere.
She definitely has that soulful voice. I was like, she reminds me a little bit of Lisa Stansfield. Y'all remember who she is? So I'm looking forward to talking with her.
I am too. I'm looking forward. And then this coming Sunday is Father's Day, and we'll welcome members of the Talbert Foundation this evening to talk about a Black men's healing wellness event that will be taking place over the Father's Day weekend to celebrate fathers who have lost their children to violence. And so this should be a really interesting conversation. We're trying to focus on men's health and wellness, June being Health and Wellness Month for men. And so I can't wait to talk to them about what they're doing this coming weekend. And then this coming Friday, on this show, we're very big on celebrating national days. Well, this coming Friday is National Clean Your Aquarium Day. Your fish tank, right. For those that don't know what an aquarium is, your fish tank, that little bowl on the table with that little goldfish in it, whatever the case may be, Friday is the day for you to take care of your aquarium. And we're going to talk to a young man from the south side of Chicago that has recently opened an aquarium shop, and he is the master of all things aquarium. So we'll talk to him tonight as well, too. All right, Kay Renee. Well, we are back. And as you said earlier, I was out. I was at the ribbon cutting and the soft grand opening of the latest venture from the people behind Stan's Donuts and Coffee. And if you guys have ever had Stan's, they're gourmet donuts. They were delicious. They all type of donuts. Honey, I got to stay away from Stan's. Great coffee. I had a wonderful strawberry basil lemonade. And
nice.
Oh, absolutely. So it's a welcomed addition to the Hyde Park area. And then I got a chance to stop by and have lunch at the beautiful Jade Court, which is in Harper Square as well, too. They took over the old Dixie Kitchen space.
Okay.
And transform the place into just a beautiful, beautiful Asian paradise. And so I had the honor and pleasure of grabbing some lunch from there today. So yes, it has been a busy day, and I am glad to be back here on camera and hanging out with you. So what's going on in your world, my dear?
Well, besides not only Father's Day, as both of us, I will be honoring my dad in my own way. But it's also Juneteenth because today,
baby,
Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed into law National Freedom Day. That's what it's going to be called, but it will be effective January 19th, 2022. But it's going into law on January 1st, 2022. So not
Okay.
only Illinois will celebrate or commemorate, I should say,
Right.
of Juneteenth, but it passed the Senate this week too. So
Mhm.
now that our president is back on U.S. soil, he will be signing that into law. So that will be a federal holiday.
Right, right. Yes, I think that is just so wonderful. Here is my question, Kay Renee, and we often talk about this on this show. Is, again, when we were younger, we didn't hear much about Juneteenth. You admitted that to our guest last night. You and I had even talked about this whole human papilloma virus, just things that when we were coming up, we didn't hear anything about it. And then now everybody's on the Juneteenth bandwagon. And so I'm glad that this is happening, but I'm still looking for reparations. There's a lot of different things that I think need to happen. Yeah, a paid holiday if you're a government worker or a city employee, but for everyday regular people, what is this really doing for us? You know what I'm saying?
Well, just not only that, I think what precipitated and accelerated this onslaught of recognizing Juneteenth was what happened on May 25th, 2020, with the murder of George Floyd.
Yes.
That's what started it. So,
Yes.
I don't want to sound cliche and saying better late than never, but here's the deal. And I shared this earlier this week during the show. Americans need to stop whitewashing history. We need to know the history, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Period. Slavery
Period.
happened. It was not pretty.
Right.
A lot of our ancestors were lynched, and are continuing to be lynched psychologically.
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yep.
So yes, this is fine, but there's gotta we're not whole yet.
No, I agree with you 100%. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a holiday. Yeah, if you're a government worker, you'll get the day off. Maybe a city worker, because the mayor did the same thing as well, too. And if the president, but I'm talking about what do we do to make up for the lack of, baby, come on, what you said, moolah la, ching-a-ling-ling, cougarans, exactly. Dutch mots, dollars, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm talking about. And I just think we as a people have, like you said, have suffered just so much. So we'll see how this all works out. But yes, absolutely. Juneteenth is being celebrated this weekend. I'll be in Atlanta this weekend celebrating Juneteenth. There are Juneteenth celebrations going on all over the country. And that's another thing, celebration versus commemorating. So I guess we commemorate, but yet celebrate as well.
Yes.
Okay, because I want to make sure we're politically correct about saying that. So it is commemorating and celebrating.
Absolutely. And because I think, I wonder, Art, if we were born during that time, if we were born during slavery, how do you think both of us would act?
That's interesting. I have never, ever thought about that. I never thought about, I guess wanting our freedom. Wanting to do better, really wondering, I guess would I have been a house, or, a field,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's deep. I've never envisioned myself back that far. Like I've envisioned myself in other time periods, but just never that time period. Because see, to me, that time period was just so horrific.
It was.
From every account that we've read, that we've heard, that we've seen, the Amistad, you name it, it's just horrific. And that's why it hurts my heart. So now to see people still, acting in ways of uncouthness and violence amongst each other, and
yes.
The list goes on and on. We could talk about this for another 2-3 days.
I know, because I always thought about that, and I know me, I probably would not last long, because I would definitely want to be further educated. That would be something that would have to be ingrained in my soul. But I also have a smart mouth, and I know me. I know I wouldn't last too long. Somebody would have to do something. And, because like I'm sure in your history, I can share this, even though it's Father's Day. I think I've always mentioned to you, I have he'll be 95 in November.
Right.
He served World War I. One of the reasons why he left Mississippi was because he has, and to this day, he's ornery, but in a soft way. But he's told me stories of what he did to the other. and
I'm sure.
he had to leave Mississippi to come here to get
Absolutely.
away. So,
Yeah.
With that being said, knowing me, I'd probably be like, okay,
Right.
I wouldn't last too long.
My beloved, I'm gonna say this, and please take it with a grain of salt. I'm not meaning this to be offensive, but when you were talking, I saw a scene in The Color Purple when Oprah's character told that white lady, "Hell no." So I just right.
That's
so
right.
By no means am I trying to make you miss Sophia.
No.
But I said, oh boy. My friend would have been that moment right there. She would have been, I said, hell no. Right.
And now that I would have said it, I'd be like, all right, let's go.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I do get that. I do. Well, that's interesting. You know what? That would be a great conversation to really sit around at a dinner party or a cocktail party and ask people, if you could transport yourself back to a certain period of time, you know, how would you envision yourself? What would you, you know, all of that. So that's interesting. Really, it is. All right. Well, as you guys all know, we are a health and wellness show. This show was started during the beginning of the pandemic. We do give out the daily coronavirus update numbers. We found out yesterday that I guess the state of Illinois, as well as other states, will now not be giving so many daily updates. I guess they'll stop at some point soon and maybe do it just weekly or do it on the weekend or whatever the case may be. But on this show, we do want to keep you guys abreast of the numbers. As I said yesterday, I do know of 2 people who have died of COVID recently. Absolutely. A young lady, very popular here in Chicago, very popular. I didn't know what she had passed from, and I since have gotten the report and that she had been battling COVID for over 2 months and she passed away from it. And she was of our age demographic. So we just want to remind everyone that this is nothing to play with. It is very serious. I don't know whether or not she had been vaccinated or not. I just know my thoughts and prayers go out to her family and the thousands of people here in Chicago that knew this young lady very well. And then the other case was somebody that was actually younger than us that died from COVID as well, too. So you just never know. Illinois public health officials reported 352 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19, and we had 22 related deaths, and that was in the last 24 hours. There has now been 1,388,338 total cases of COVID-19. Wait a minute, K. Renee, we need to go play the lottery. Today's numbers is 1,388. Wait, let me do it again. 1,388,338 cases. So we're looking at 1,388,338.
You know, I wrote that down.
Right, wait, girl. What time do the lottery machines go off? Right.
9:15
numbers. Right.
9:15.
Okay, not to make light of the COVID numbers, but I was like, Lord, them lottery numbers right there. Okay.
And you know, eight is a very spiritual number, like 7. 8 is a very powerful number. So yes, okay.
Yes, amen. Okay, so we've had a total of 23,104 deaths here in the state of Illinois since the beginning of the pandemic, and our thoughts and prayers go out to all those people. We really do feel bad and sorry about that. And again, just 2 people recently, we are talking about in the last 2 to 3 days, that I know of have died from COVID-19. So please take this very serious, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
You know, speaking of which, you know, one of the cruise ships, they have to be on. They can't even sail because 8 of their crew members were tested positive. They were ready to set sail. They're like, I can't do it, and they had been vaccinated, so they are. What's the nautical term when you stop?
Right. Wait. So was this the same one where everybody on the ship was vaccinated and 2 people came up positive for COVID that were roommates? Or is this a different story?
This is a different one because it was 8 of the crew members were tested positive for COVID. So they have to be quarantined for 14 days.
Okay, so now here's the deal. Over the weekend, they reported of a cruise going out, and everybody who was on the cruise was fully vaccinated. But come to find out that two people who were roommates ended up testing positive for COVID. I guess somehow they do random testing or whatever the case may be. But these two roommates ended up positive for COVID, and that was on national news this weekend. Because when you just mentioned that, I said, "Wait a minute, I this is a different story then," because I hadn't heard about the crew members. I had heard about two passengers who had tested positive for COVID.
Oh. And Miss Janet is right. It's the brand new cruise line. It was reported on Good Morning America this morning. So
wow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the preliminary 7-day statewide test positivity from June 8th to June 15th has now made our rate 0.1%. Yesterday I had said I thought it was under 1%, but it's roughly around 1%. So forgive my numbers yesterday. I didn't have my notes together. As of Tuesday, we still have 599 patients in Illinois hospitals who are battling COVID-19. Of those patients, 156 are in the ICU, and 72 of those patients were on ventilators. So, boy, keep those people in your prayers, and let's hope it all works out. Janet made a great point. She said these cruises are petri dishes on the sea. Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
I'm in no hurry to get on a cruise. No, not
I won't.
Thing, right.
I won't be getting on a cruise. How about that? Because last time I was on a cruise, it was over 20 years ago. I got seasick. I said, no,
really?
I did. Yep. It was the only cruise I went on. It was our family reunion on my mom's side. We had close to, I want to say 60 people. All my family, my parents, my grandmother were alive. That was the first time they were on a cruise, and it was nice. They had fun. I was stuck in the cabin because I was seasick. Wow. I only went out like maybe twice. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. I don't suffer from seasick, air sickness, jet lag every now and then. It was funny when I was out on the speedboat in Miami recently. That night when I got home and went to lay down in the bed, it felt like the bed was moving like the speedboat. But other than that, no, that's I know people who get seasick or just the motion. Really? So now, are you able to do like cruises here on the lake, like a dinner cruise or a lunch cruise? Or
I can do that because I'm not going to be there long. But you're going to be on a boat for a couple days, and here's the thing: we went to the Bahamas, and I had the nerve to be on a banana boat. So someone's driving a banana boat. I'm at the very end, and they're like, "Renee, hold on." I'm like, "What the heck?" Of course I'm holding on, because if I get in that water, a shark be like, "Ooh, fresh meat." I was holding on to dear life. I said, "Oh my God."
We already know sharks like your tender feet. We already know about that. We know that sharks like your tender feet. We know that. Yeah, you're a shark magnet. You're a shark magnet. Where I'm a chick magnet, and and a people magnet. You are a shark magnet. Don't you ever forget that. Yes,
I know. And they come in the 2 legs too. There's some sharks there out there too.
Oh yes. Amen. Well, darling, I know you have a lot of dirt to dish today and things for us to talk about. So I'm all ears. Let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Well, let's see here. Let's start about today. What happened with our president? President Biden met with Russian President Putin during the summit in Lake Putin and the summit in Lake Geneva. And interestingly enough, let me just give you some notes. It was held at Villa Lagrange, an impressive 18th century villa in Lake Geneva, in Geneva, Switzerland. We got to go. All right, you and I got to go.
We're not talking about Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. You are
right. Lake Geneva, Switzerland.
Thank you. Switzerland, baby. Switzerland. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. They were supposed to be for 5 hours. They only met for 2.5. But Biden was firm. He was conciliatory. He let him know, look, I don't know who you dealt with the last one, but here I am.
Right.
And topics were for discussion included U.S.-Russian relations, cyber attacks. So, we've been inundated with that. Moscow's
our fuel and our food. Our fuel
yes.
and food. Two things
yes.
that are very essential to us.
Yes. Moscow's increasingly brazen crackdown on democracy support, i.e. the elections, right?
Right.
And then Russia's threat to NATO military alliance. So he said he laid the groundwork for them. And I think they came to some type of happy medium, although the pundits and the reporters were saying he may go back to his crazy ways. But, being Biden, the person that he is, he also gave him a gift. Now that's surprising.
Heads of state are supposed to present gifts and give gifts. It's a fair gesture. The last president we had, honey, I don't think he understood or got that. But, as the Obamas was leaving the White House, they did present them with a gift. Whenever you go visit someone that's a head of state or just like me coming to your house, I wouldn't empty handed. So, what did he give today?
He gave him two gifts. He gave him a gold rim aviator Ray-Ban sunglasses. They're made by Randolph USA, along with a crystal sculpture of an American bison, which was made by Stephen Glass of New York. And something, a little tidbit for our audience, the bison is the national mammal of the United States.
Well, that's interesting. That big old strong bison. Bison meat is what everybody's eating now.
I know.
It's lean and it's great protein, and everybody that bison meat. So we're now eating the national animal. Just think about that, you guys.
National mammal, yes.
Yeah, the national mammal.
Yeah. So apparently it went okay. Biden is back in the United States, but he laid down a law with Putin now, and Putin said he is a worldly adversary. So I don't know what Putin is thinking about, but I'm sure Biden wanted to let him know, I need to look at you, let you know what time it is. There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, no. and you have to do that. You have to do that. As we say here in the hood, it's a pissing contest, and you have to mark your territory, and rightfully so. I mean, no leader of any country needs to show up to something and not be, proving who they are and what they want to happen, and can we negotiate and talk. That's what President Biden is in office for, and that's what we want him to do, is to lead our country and definitely be an ambassador of diplomacy on every level.
Absolutely. So, and then on a wonderful benevolent side, philanthropist, we can call her that, Mackenzie Scott, who is the ex-husband to the Amazon founder, that man.
Yeah.
She was giving out some money, honey. She gave a total of $2.7 billion to 200.
Wait. Let me interpret that. That's 2 point. Did you say 7?
7.
7. Wait,
billion.
Billion with a B.
$1 billion.
2.7
billion. As she gave out to 286 organizations and a few here in Chicago, but 2 schools, one on the south side in Inglewood, Kennedy King, got $5 million. And then the other one on the near west side where I went to school, University of Illinois Chicago, gave $40 million. I said, go ahead. I'm not mad at her, because she's worth roughly, according to Forbes, $60 billion.
$0 billion.
And she got married again. So she was like, she got married to this ordinary guy, but I'm sure there's a wonderful prenup.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. Her wealth continues to grow because she has a 4% stake in Amazon. So as Amazon grows, she gonna grow. But she's determined, like that Buffett, Warren Buffett has with a billionaire pledge to give mostly all her wealth away during her lifetime.
Right.
So kudos to Mackenzie.
Yes, which is what you're supposed to do. When you continuously give to people, God will bless you and allow the blessings to flow back in, continuously flow back in. And that's something that I want to be that person one day, to
Me
be able
too.
to bless as many people as I can, as often as I can, so that the blessings
Amen.
keep coming to me. Absolutely. All
Absolutely.
right, my
Yes.
love. What else do we have in the news today?
We have Bernie Mac,
Yeah.
Chicago's own Bernie Mac, who
Yes.
we lost. But guess what? There's going to be a movie on behalf, an iconic movie, for a biopic movie of Bernie. And actually, his daughter Janice McCullough said, "I would like two actors perhaps to play Bernie."
Yes, we
One,
were talking about this yesterday on the show, Bass and I, and we were saying that she was talking, but we didn't know exactly what she said. So you have the end results of what she's saying.
I do. She would like to either see Aldous Hodge, and for those who don't know him, he was in the movie. He's in the own series Underground, in addition to playing the USA Network series Leverage and Hidden Figures.
Yes.
Or Mark Phillips, who was a YouTube internet star, to play Mac when he was younger. But interestingly enough, I was glad that John Legend, EGOT, let's keep it real, EGOT winner, John Legend's production company, Get Lifted, is responsible for doing this film. And as you know, they had to get permission from his estate, and his widow, Rhonda McCullough, will be working with them to bring this to the silver screen. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. I will definitely see Bernie Mac, because I saw Bernie Mac at the Cotton Club.
Oh, absolutely.
Many years ago. And I was like, this man gonna make it. Bernie
Mac was a permanent fixture at the Cotton Club. Matter of fact, our good friend Chris Moore, who's on the show with us all the time, Big Suge, he and Bernie were very close. As I said before, Bernie worked at South Central Community Services here on the south side of Chicago. Bernie Mac really was a comedic genius. He really, really was, and really authentic. And his daughter Janice just love and adore her. Her daughter just graduated, I think, from 8th grade, on her way to high school.
Oh, wow.
And just to see all that, I'll have to have Janice on here with us one night, because I just love her. But yes, congratulations. Now, honey, speaking of John Legend,
I know. You know, you and I, we're just
we on sync, baby. We on look. That was a good segue. Speaking of John Legend,
buddy,
brilliant wife of his, Miss Chrissy Teigen. And now I'm gonna let you explain the story, but I'm gonna tell you her behavior. I've seen it many times before. Now tell the story, and then I'm gonna give you my thought on it.
Well, apparently she's on this apology circuit, because she has to apologize to certain people, because she's been trolling the internet, sending messages to people, telling them to kill themselves and bullying other folks. Now, and I saw this on the news, and then of course, you know, you sent me the actual article. I'm very sad to hear this, and I'll tell you why. As all of you know, Chrissy and John, they had a miscarriage, and it was a public miscarriage because she talked about it. And, you know, I know firsthand how that feels. So for her to be doing this, I'm very disappointed. And I'm sure Mr. Legend is going to have a long talk with Miss Chrissy saying, look, you know, you can't be doing this. What is your problem? But, you know, she's apologized publicly to one person, but she knows she has to do this apology tour to everyone. But see, you are grown. You're a mother. You have 2 beautiful children. You have a husband who adores you. What in the hell were you thinking to be trolling somebody? I get it. There are a lot of celebrities who, you know, they rely upon making sure now, especially after the pandemic, that you want to get as many followers as you can, and you're going to get some trolls. That's part of life. But to say publicly, I wish you, you know, to kill yourself, and knowing what you've gone through recently, I'm just, Chrissy, please do better. Just do better.
Okay. Are you done, Judge? Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, Judge. I'm gonna step to the bench if I can, Madam Judge. Madam Judge, Chrissy Teigen is elitist. She's privileged. She plenty of money, married to a famous husband. She's beautiful, and she's a part of that Mean Girls Club. And I know plenty of women of all races who belong to that club. I'm beautiful. I have money. I do what I need to do. And how dare you talk about me? Go somewhere and just die. And really, that's offensive. It's hurtful to people. And I'm not surprised. Chrissy Teigen has been a loose cannon on several different things. Now, I'm just not talking about the die portion of it, because that is horrific that you want someone to die. But just that elitism, that I am, important. I am beautiful. I'm a celebrity. I'm a star. And we've seen that. I've seen that many times, because I've seen it with well-to-do women and some men who just think, they're above approach. And no, you're not. You're just as natural and human as anybody else. You put your pants on the same way. You were born alone, and you will die alone. So but I get it. I've been there, done that, seen that with people. I really have. And the most beautiful thing is watch the ones who were at the top and now they're at the bottom. Who were at the top and now they're at the bottom. Madam Judge, may I step away from the bench? I rest my case.
You may, Attorney Chat Daddy. You've rested your case.
Thank you.
But as I said, Miss Chrissy, I don't know if she will do better, but again, that it kind of just surprised me for the fact that, again, she and her husband lost a child, and she was public. Because again, that part, that elitist part, because I saw how she wants all that attention, but then to do that, and now you get caught, right? Because you got caught saying, because you were trolled to some of these people who don't like you. Well, guess what, sweetheart? Everybody ain't gonna like you.
No,
and that's okay.
Right. Well, I mean, like even with this show, a lot of times people, because this show is on Twitch, this show is on platforms that, hell, you and I really don't even know what those platforms are, but we know it helps to grow a show, all of that. There are people who will put comments in here and, oh, baby, but I block it where you don't and other people don't. And we had one female co-host that one guy was just sending all kind of lewd and illicit messages, and I block all of that. I don't even answer to it. This show is about love, harmony, good energy. How do we help all of, humanity? We're not on here to be trolled or hated. We're trying to create, harmony amongst people. So yeah, no, people will do that. They'll send hateful messages, but I'll block it in a minute. So, and that's a lot of what she needs to look at. Chrissy Teigen pretty much controls her narrative and loves to be on social media and all that. Honey, I can't wait till I'm wealthy enough for somebody to do all this stuff for me. All I want to do is just get in front of a microphone and be like, hi, and be done with it. Right. That's, and we'll, talk to our next guest about, when you become a part of the public eye, you're going to have trolls, you're going to have fans, you're going to have people who you thought were your best friends and they disappear. So we get that and understand that. But yeah, Chrissy Teigen belongs to that. I'm beautiful, I'm rich, I have a famous husband, and just adore me, and I can say what I want to say. And
that's the problem. And that's because, see, I would expect her when she's in her 20s. She's as we say on this show, she's a grown ass woman. Right, so when you're a grown ass woman, you need to act grown. Yes, okay. Yes, and absolutely. I know, and I'm sure John, he's very reserved. He's such a talent, but I'm sure he probably shaking his hand. He said, God dog it. Just chill.
Right. Just chill, babe. Just chill. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on this beautiful Wednesday evening here in the Chicagoland area. Actually, tomorrow it's going to get hot again. It's going to be in the 90s. I've actually enjoyed this cool weather. I could have actually had on a light sweater when I went out today, but when I transition, I keep it summer. So, we'll see. But please make sure you check your air conditioning, make sure everything's okay. Because when we go back into the 90s, we need to check on the elderly, your pets, all of that good stuff. You guys know what to do. And don't forget, the official first day of summer is coming this Monday. Saturday is Juneteenth. Sunday is Father's Day, and Monday will be the first official day of summer. Boy, we got a lot to celebrate. And Friday is National Clean Your Aquarium Day.
I tell you, I don't have an aquarium, but if I did, I'd be cleaning it on Friday.
Yes, and we also want to wish a happy heavenly 50th birthday to Tupac Shakur. Today would have been
Yes.
Tupac Shakur's 50th birthday. So we want to wish him
Wow.
a happy heavenly birthday. And with that being said, June is Black Music Month. And as you guys all
Yes.
know, we've been talking about Black music all month long. Well, tonight we have a very special guest that Kay Renee and I have been listening to her music, and we are going to dub her a sister girl tonight. We are, because she is so soulful. Look like she's been listening to maybe some Aretha Franklin. Who did you say she kind of sounded like to you, Kay Renee?
She sound like Lisa Stansfield, but she's done
Yes.
some Nina Simone, and
Yes.
because when you sing Aretha Franklin, you better sing, not sing.
Baby, you
You
better
better
sing.
sing.
Yes, you
Okay.
better sing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from American Idol Season 6, she has a new album that's going to be released, Ascend and Descend. I love that, because ascend, we've been talking about people acting crazy on these airplanes. Ascend means to take off, and descend means to come back down. And I think our next guest this evening is going to be able to fill in the entire journey for us, from surviving COVID to getting on Idol to us now naming her a sister girl in honor of her wonderful voice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Miss Leslie Hunt. Yay!
Yay!
I'm smiling so big, my face.
That's
Good
good.
evening.
Oh, I'm finally a sister girl. I've always
That's right.
You always want to be a sister girl. Oh, see that? Oh, we love you. We do.
Oh, that means so much to me.
Oh,
It was an interesting choice to open up with Aretha Franklin, especially given the competition that I was going against, because I don't think I was like quite singing yet at that phase.
Okay, yeah.
And so against, like when you looked at the other contestants on my season, I mean, we had some like legit soul singers my season, and I was like very shy and reserved and very uncomfortable in my skin, and like tried to sing Aretha Franklin right out of the gates, and it was
Wow. Well, it's so good to have you here with us this evening. For those of us that may not know, Kay Renee and I have done a lot of research and background on you, and we just are honored to have you here. Please introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about you. You're from the Chicagoland area, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, I am, yes.
Very good.
Area. Yeah, my name is Leslie Hunt, and I am a singer-songwriter and front woman of another band that is a little harder rocking, maybe slightly less soulful. And then my solo stuff tends to be a little more like pop and soul, actually slightly indie with some slight, like, this Ascend has a slight southern feeling to it, which was
nice.
But I'm following where the muse is taking me, and I'm not questioning it a whole lot. So I guess I was listening to a lot of Casey Musgraves and feeling really inspired by the storytelling and just kind of like the earthy, the wisdom that comes from some of those stories of, I don't know. And so, I don't know, what am I even talking about? Yeah, my name is Leslie Hunt. Thanks for getting that part out. Yeah.
Look, she's so honored we made her a soul sister. She like, wait a minute, I just need to do this. We do. We love you, Leslie. So, Liz, how did it all get started for you? When did you start singing? And then how did you become a semi-finalist on Idol?
Who knows? Because at that time, I was shocked that I made it as far as I did, because I had never seen the show. But anyway, I'll back up. So I was born in a very musical family. My parents were both musicians, and there was just lots of music being played and performed, lots of rehearsals, lots of jams. My mom was in a lot of theater, so I did that too growing up. I played piano at the age of 4 and started doing professional theater when I was 10. And then I realized that I loved to write music in high school, and joined a band with my friends, and they were like, well, we're writing music. You should write music too for our band. And I was like, sure. And I was like, feelings, and just started singing about my feelings. And then I made a 6-song demo that this incredibly iconic, renowned songwriter named Jim Peterick got
Yes.
Yeah, so Jim Peterick got
Love it.
on that when I was 15, and a friend of his was like running the theater that was attached to my high school, and so he took me on and started mentoring me as a songwriter and gave me just lots of opportunities to. I opened for Rick Springfield when I was 16.
Wow.
Oh, my crush. Oh my goodness.
Wow, you are kidding me. Like, that is major. That is major.
Yeah. I don't think the audience was feeling it as much as I was feeling it.
Look, who cares? Who cares? An honor, right?
Yeah, it was cool. It was fine. I sat at like a grand piano and just sang my like very introspective kind of like Tori Amos inspired songs for, people that just really wanted to hear Jesse's Girl on repeat. But it was fine. But it was cool. So like just stuff like that, just throwing me into new situations. He helped me get a development deal with Sony. I continued to keep writing. I ended up going to music school and majored in my piano performance. I went to Roosevelt University, downtown Chicago. Yeah, did you go?
Got my graduate degree. Yes, I did.
That's so cool. Yeah, Chicago College of Performing Arts. It's such a tiny music conservatory, but it was just like really intense and really immersive. And it was 5 days a week of just like hours and hours of ear training and practicing and just, it was so intense. And then I went and then I had a crazy near-death experience in Brazil. I have a funky immune system that doesn't know what to do with a live vaccine. So I got the yellow fever vaccination and went to Brazil and almost died. And then I didn't die and decided to go audition for American Idol on a whim without having ever seen it and without even knowing what in the world it was all about. So I auditioned, having never really just stood on a on a stage with a microphone in my hand. I had only ever played piano and sang at the same time. So I felt very uncomfortable. And I just kept making it farther and farther. And it was just really cool that happened. And I've been just getting, more and more comfortable and more, polished ever since. So
wow. Well, on this show, we believe in miracles. We believe in don't give up. Continue to keep practicing what it is that you do. Each and every one of us are worthy of the world knowing who we are. We each have to carve out our own direction and our own path. And as I was listening to your music, and it was so funny when I sent it to Kay Renee, to prepare her for tonight's show. As soon as we came in the green room, we was like, yeah, she got a soul sister little vibe there. She, and even though you were saying how the Southern and more, as I call it now, Nashville type of music is becoming more popular, but we even notice now even more African Americans are getting into the Nashville type of music. So I think that's the latest new music. And so your new project that you're working on, I want to talk about that just a little bit. And then Kay Renee and I are going to talk to you about a few other things. How did you cope during this pandemic? Like, this show was created as a result of the pandemic and it's doing very well. Yes, I had to pivot. And so what was the whole lockdown like for you?
It was terrifying because I was very unsure how I was going to make ends meet. A lot of my identity was stripped away. I get to have I get to play, dress up, and perform on stage, and I do something great, and then people clap, and just all of that extroversion and that like sort of carrying an entire night's worth of energy on my shoulders and creating an entire dance party, it was all gone. And so I just realized I was just home but I also had all this stillness and all this quiet. And so I think that's where all of these new songs came from. I didn't have a head full of music that I was required to learn or, all of these musical commitments that I had to honor. It was just like a clean slate. And I just got to go back to basics, and all the music in my head was of my choosing. And then I realized that. And then I literally wrote 7 songs that are all quite soulful. So Descend is very, very soulful. It's almost a soul record. So I leaned into that, like that. It's definitely my favorite. If you were going to say what does something have to have an element of for you to get really into it? It's got to be soulful. It's got to have that. There's just this, I don't know. It's just got to have that, like, I don't know how to quite describe it, but it's got to make my body move in a certain way. And there's got to be this give and take and this silence mixed with this, I don't know. It's hard to describe. And then I love what my voice can do with, like a soulful melody, all the opportunity there is for, I guess, ornamental, what am I trying to say, guys? So anyway, it was a great opportunity, I think, to come up with some new music and redefine kind of why I was keeping myself so busy before and what was I running away from. And then that stillness, I was just like, oh, hey, there I am. Nothing to like numb the day-to-day with. It's just day-to-day. Hi, kids. And I just felt like a full-time chef for my kids, basically.
Oh, absolutely. Because mom and writer and just having to balance it all. Kay Renee, you were doing some research and she actually mentioned about her autoimmune system, and you found something unique that you wanted to talk to her about. Go right ahead.
Yes, Leslie, I found in reading that you have lupus. And interestingly enough, lupus has been more afflicted with more African-American women. So did you know you had lupus, or was it discovered when you were heading to Brazil? How did you find out you have it, and how are you doing now, given the fact that we're still in a pandemic, and I know you have to be careful. So, talk to us about that.
Yeah. I was diagnosed when I was 6.5. I was the youngest at that time 6.5, that was like 88. I was the youngest person in Illinois to have ever been diagnosed with lupus at that time, probably younger ones now. And so I lived a pretty secluded indoor touch and go, pretty sickly childhood, to be honest. I was in my room a lot. I couldn't be in the sun. It was really difficult for me to walk. It was difficult for me to eat. I had lesions all in my mouth, all in my ears, my nose, my scalp. My joints were swelling up. I mean, I had it pretty bad when I was a kid, and then I started going to remission later on, like in my, I guess, early 20s, and I went on this medication, Plaquenil. It's I don't know why I waited so long. And I don't have any symptoms anymore.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
And I can I've got a little, I can get a little tan if I want, it's like, it's my disease is very quiet now. And so I thought that my immunologist also thought that I could get the yellow fever vaccination. And it wouldn't be a bad idea. It turned out to be a very bad idea. Like my body, my organs started to fail. My parents flew down to Brazil to say goodbye. Like I was basically in like a coma-like state for 10 days.
No.
Yeah. Like my pancreas was like on its way out. Like everything was starting to fail.
Oh my God.
And I was 22 or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I made it out, and they said if she survives, she's going to have permanent brain damage and be kind of a vegetable. But I made a full recovery. I mean, that I know of. So
that's God.
Wacky, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, no. We believe in miracles on this show.
We do.
When Kay Renee mentioned it to me backstage, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know that," and she said, "Yeah, if you don't mind, I want to ask her about it." And then to know at the time you were the youngest, and we talk about lupus, and every time on my show, because again, it is something that we hear so many African Americans suffer from, and then to know, quote unquote, you really made history then, and and you are a miracle. You're a walking miracle. You look beautiful. One would never know what you've been through, and so really, that's a testament that God has a lot in store for your career.
Yes,
that makes me want to cry, but I really appreciate that. It hasn't been an easy one, but I do feel like the ability to write songs, you know, and kind of, I do feel like every time I write a song about something that I'm going through, like a big heavy thing, it's sort of like, you know, sometimes emotions can get stored in the body. And I feel that when I write a song, it goes all the way through me. And there's a beginning and an end, and it goes all the way through. And it's 3.5 minutes long. And I put a little bow on it, and I mix it, and I master it, and I release it into the world, and it's not in me anymore. And I can visit it when I need to be reminded of that perspective, you know, and it just feels like I wish that more people had something they could do with their deepest, you know, it's not always negative, but let's be honest, it usually is.
Well, but here's the thing. If your negativity or whatever that problem or situation is, if you know how to find a way to help heal from that, but yet continue to be creative with it, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has that. Yesterday, I made a post on social media that I wanted to be only around people who were smart, talented, and slightly perverted. And people kind of laughed at me about that, but I said, think about that. Some of the best geniuses you know have something that is their thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's all, whether Elvis, whether, you know, Muhammad Ali, whoever the case may be, everybody had something that was their thing. But when they went to present their gift to the world, it captivated everyone. And I feel that way about you. I really do. I think, you know, oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
You remind me of an artist I just found out about, Jessie Ware. Are you familiar with her?
Whoa.
She was just on late night TV last night, and she's a blue-eyed soul sister too, and she can sing. And so, you know, I just love now that people are just singing from their soul. Okay, Renee, what else you want to say to our guests?
Well, besides obviously Aretha and Nina, who are your other soul sisters that you would, if you could, if someone said to you, I want to collaborate, your greatest shero in the music world, who would that woman be? Who would that soul sister be?
And she could be of any race. We just would be curious to know any race.
Right. Okay. So I'm a giant Erykah Badu fan. I just absolutely think she's a genius. I also think that Janelle Monáe is like another together. Yeah, she's just like so otherworldly. I just love people that push the boundaries, but also are making music that is very undeniably tasty and good, and not necessarily, you know, showing off and you know, it's just really tasty, and like everything they do for a very good reason. And it's very, you know, sometimes you listen to people and they're just like, I can, so I will, and they're just doing all kinds of stuff, and it's like, let's come up with a good reason for it, though, you know. Who I like, and then singer songwriters, like collaboration. See, I don't even know if I'm not very good at collaborating. Let me see who else. Stevie Wonder.
Oh
my goodness! Yes.
You said any race, but you didn't say any gender.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right. We're gender neutral on this show. How about that?
Yes, we are.
I don't know. If you looked at my Spotify playlist, you'd be like, wow, you're really all over the place.
Oh yeah.
But that's good though. That's good. And I hope that you will take the time also, not only you create this wonderful album, but you need to also write a book of your story because I can tell you, I know you have a lot of sheroes, but I'm telling you, after end of this interview, there are going to be some people looking to you as a shero. You think about that.
I love writing. It's probably my favorite thing. I write every day. Really into words, really into, beautiful combinations of words, and, thank you. So I just got to sit my butt in a chair and write my story down. Yes,
I agree. Yeah. So let's talk about how people can connect with this new musical project that you're doing. Where can they find it? I'm going to put your website up here. It is lesliehuntmusic.com. And so tell us how we can continue to follow you, find you, support, and definitely check out Ascend. And then, so let me get this right. Yeah. Ascend is being dropped first, and then Descend is being dropped later.
September 3rd. Yes. So
like that, baby. That's a journey. That's a journey, baby. Yes.
I named it Ascend because it's like when I wrote those songs and recorded them, it was like we were just like taking off. Oh no, no end in sight. We're going for it. I had all these things planned. It was going to be amazing, and then COVID. And then it was like, and we're going in for a landing, and we don't know how long we're going to be there. We don't know how long. We don't know if we're even going to like survive because you have lupus and like you get pneumonia with every single cold. So good luck to you, girl. But like, here, write some songs and get them out before you maybe perish. So it was
Nope.
Yeah. But anyway, I did get COVID, and it was actually not too bad. But
no, so you're a COVID survivor as well too.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I had one vaccine in already. So I had one vaccine in. It was fully established. And then 2 days before I was supposed to get my second one, I contracted COVID.
Well, wow. Just so you know, one of our co-hosts, and she's actually coming on in a segment after you, the same thing happened to her. She got the first shot and ended up contracting COVID after the first shot. And so you were 2 days before the second shot and got. But she's a guest for an organization after you tonight, and she's been co-host many times. But so we do know that story very well. And here's the thing. Yeah, when we heard it, we were like, what? But then I'm hearing more and more people who are saying the same thing.
And it wasn't too bad, but I did have a fever for 3 whole weeks. I just had a fever for 3 weeks, and the cough wasn't too bad. It was like a couple days of a bad cough, and otherwise just a bad fever. But anyway, so June 25th for Ascend, September 3rd for Descend. Stylistically a little different, but it's all still 7 songs, so 14 songs in 2021. Let's go. I had so much fun. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, Renee, go ahead and give your closing thoughts to her, and then I'll give my closing thoughts. And then we look, and you have an open invite to come back and visit us, okay?
Yeah, I know. I want to come back.
All right, go ahead, Kay Renee.
Let me just say this, Leslie. I love to sing, and it's just so good that you're living your passion and, continue success. Definitely think about writing the book because, as Art said earlier, God has a purpose for you, and He is going to continuously see you through. You make sure you hug your kids every night. Just be grateful, and I'm just really proud of you. Just keep living.
Thank you.
Keep living.
That spoke right to me. Thank you so much.
Well, I look forward to meeting you in person one day soon, because we have a connection. So I'm sure they'll make that happen. Yeah. You have just been wonderful tonight. We appreciate you so much. We are so honored that you took the honor of Sister Girl tonight and that you were happy about that. So we appreciate you. You added some blue-eyed soul to our Black Music Month celebration. So we appreciate you. And look, don't be surprised if I tap into you to talk about the lupus as well too, because I do health and wellness conversation. So I just, just so glad God spared your life and allowed you to continue to move forward.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, go to that website. That is LESLIE Hunt, HUNT music.com. She's on all social. Tell everybody your social media handles on Instagram and all of those places. Yeah,
Instagram is just at Leslie Hunt. Facebook is at Leslie Hunt Live, I think. Oh God. And then Twitter is Leslie Hunt. That's it.
All right. Well, we love you so much. Thank you. Have a beautiful night. We look forward to seeing you again, and continue success to you. Okay.
Right,
bye, Leslie.
Stay well. Bye. We love you. Wow, that was incredible. Mwah. See you later. Oh, that was so good. That was great. That was excellent.
Wow.
Amazing. Miss Leslie Hunt. Yes, Leslie Hunt. We love that. That's a great night. It's a good night.
It is. Absolutely.
We always be like Leslie, but it's Leslie.
Leslie.
Yes, we love it. We be like, hey, Leslie. Right. Hey, girl, how you doing? But no, That was great. That was really a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
It was. All right. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. This ravishing beauty in the box next to me over there is the amazing Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. We just love and appreciate her. It is my Friday, but we'll be back on Monday. Let's talk a little bit about what you got going on Friday night. You and Miss Kim, who did a commercial today.
She sure did. She sure did.
Yes,
I mean, she just moving along.
I know you all are celebrating Father's Day and Juneteenth Friday night. Tell us about it.
Yes, we are celebrating those, and we have two special guests. One you've already featured, Khalid Scott, who is a proud father. I mean, you know, he talks about his daughter every chance he gets. So, and then we're going to have Reverend R. Ken Turner, who is the minister of Southside Unity, who I've happened to know, and they're going to talk about the pleasures of fatherhood, but also talk about Juneteenth. So we're looking forward for candid conversations with Kay, me, and then my podcasting sister, Miss Kim Coleman, at 9 p.m. sharp Central Standard Time on Facebook as well as YouTube. So
very good. Very good. All right. And it works like that. Well, don't forget that this coming Saturday, I will be celebrating in Atlanta, Georgia, Juneteenth 2021. Atlanta's having parades, festivals. They're going all out. I'm actually going to be reviewing a couple of restaurants and spots and things in Atlanta. You guys down in the ATL, people have been contacting me too, honey. You coming to the ATL? I am coming to the ATL, and I'm looking forward to it. So Chat Daddy and the right. We know how to do it, boo. We know how to do it. Our Chat Daddy Sims in the Urban Global Traveler Series, the Atlanta edition, this Saturday, the 19th. Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be filming some things, going live from some things, but I'll be there in Atlanta on Saturday. And then Sunday is Father's Day. And then Monday, we will not be on the air, but we'll be back on the air on Tuesday night and Wednesday night of next week. All right. So that's beautiful. Yay. All right. What else we need to talk about before our next guest pop in?
Let's see. Do we have any? I know we got some tidbits. I know that. Let's see. I think this happened here in Chicago. A certain young lady was traumatized.
Yeah, baby. Yes. I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Traumatized. And
publicly traumatized.
And here's the deal, ladies and gents. Now, because she had to sue the city of Chicago, but this young lady now, she feels betrayed by our own mayor because they wrongfully raided her house. They left her naked and they handcuffed her. So imagine you doing your thing in your house, these police knocking on your door, talking about, we have a warrant for your arrest, and it comes out to be the wrong house.
Right.
And she was in the shower. So she was nude for 30 minutes.
Right.
So this made national news when it happened. And this happened in 2019. Miss Anjanette Young, again, who was left naked and handcuffed in 2019. She said yesterday, publicly, she said she feels betrayed by Mayor Lori Lightfoot as city attorneys fight her lawsuit. Now, I mean, I'm not torn about this. We're both business people, and we, this is a business. We get it. But when you do wrong, as the city of Chicago police did, you've got to take accountability for this. So I'm kind of disappointed in hearing this.
I'm not surprised at all. I had a very powerful business leader here tell me that they pay attorneys just to keep people off of them. And so I'm not surprised at all. It goes back to the elitism. it goes back to, wrong is wrong. And that lady, as we say in the hood, gonna get a come up for real. The settlement is gonna be just lovely. She would never have to worry about it ever again. So I'm not surprised, because when you are oftentimes right and in the right, and it's a legal battle like this, and it has been a public legal battle, oh, absolutely. The city's going to try to do everything they can to keep from paying that money, because I'm sure it's going to be a settlement enough to, as the old people said, choke a horse. Well, this is going to be able to buy a whole damn stable of horses.
Well, here's the thing else. Her lawyer met last month with the City Acting Corporation Council, and I guess during the mediation, they had a take it or leave it offer of 2.5 million, less than half of 2.5 million.
Wow.
So I guarantee you, if this really goes to court, they may lose more than 2.5 million.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because here's the deal. Everybody comes up with something that they feel is fair and agreeable. But once you start acting ignorant and want to drag things out and finger point and all of that, you raise the bar. You raise that bar. You definitely raise that bar. But I'm not surprised about that at all. But we all saw, the world saw this woman being publicly humiliated. We saw the arrogant white cops walking around like they, SH don't stink, all of that. And again, rated the wrong home, as this woman is standing there naked, afraid, screaming, you in the wrong house, all of that. So yeah, no, when people are in the wrong, they gonna do whatever they can to try to defend themselves. They gonna do whatever they can. But I've had a powerful person here in this city tell me, I pay attorneys to keep people off of me. That's what you do. You pay powerful attorneys to keep people off of you. You don't worry about it.
But sometimes it works, and other times it doesn't.
Bottom line, God watches everything. Everything.
He does. He does. And that, I think Miss Young feels really betrayed by Mayor Lori Lightfoot herself, because she came out and said, we're going to really try to do right by you.
Right.
And she feels very betrayed. So even more so, this is not over. And, now you heard it here first, ladies and gents. If she plans to run again for re-election, this may come to bite her in the face.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a couple of things bite her in the face. It's going to be a couple of things bite her in the face. It really is. All right. Well, with that being said, we're going to move on to our next segment this evening. As I said before, this coming Sunday is Father's Day. Yes. And for a lot of fathers who have been the fathers of losing their children to street violence, losing their children to unfortunate circumstances, oftentimes we think about what happens with the moms, and we never think about what happens with the fathers. Right. And so tonight we have two amazing people who are here to talk to us about a Black Men Heal event. Black men learning to heal, Black men learning to be whole again. And one of our guests tonight has experienced a personal tragedy on her own. She just did something so beautiful this Mother's Day to help mothers who have lost their tragedy, their children to tragedy. Her board member, who's a good friend of the show. We just love and adore her. We just had her on last week, jet lagged and all, but we just love and adore her. We finna bring her back. She is Thyteria Towns tonight, but normally on the show, we call her Lady T. Hey, Lady T. On behalf of Talbert,
hi, sweetie.
Hello, sugar. How are you?
I am fine. I was sitting in the backstage cracking up laughing, like, number one, little Lori lying. And then number two, I was like, oh, yeah, I was a little jet lag last week.
Yeah, we loved you. We loved you. We loved you. Look, you a superstar, babe. Anytime you can get off an international flight and look, that's A-list celebrity type of stuff. And like, oh, I need to do TV this evening. Let me do your TV. I've had no sleep, darling. I was on the plane. I was eating caviar and drinking champagne.
Yeah, we have this good little, nice little chicken some with some
Yeah.
sauce. I was good. It was good.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I have to do TV tonight. I'm co-hosting a show. So
I
I know.
know.
And so the culprit in all of this is your good friend, Miss Irita
My
Talbert,
bestie.
who I just love and adore her. I know we're here to talk about something that is really touching, but as I said to you two ladies last night, you both are a reality show, and I just love you. But let me introduce her properly. The executive director of the Talbert Memorial Fund, just an all-around phenomenal woman, a woman who we have experienced her pain, her tragedy, and even her pleasure, because she's just an open book and a beautiful spirit, and I just love and adore her. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, our good friend, Miss Irita Talbert. Yay!
We lost her.
Hello.
Yes, she
We
is.
lost her.
Oh, did we lose her? Oh, wait, she's doing too much.
There she is.
She's doing too much.
Yay!
Hello,
Today she was nominated at work. Her real job, she was nominated as Miss Personality. So give it up for Miss Personality. Miss Positivity.
Miss Positivity. Well, hello, Miss Positivity. How are you?
Hello. Good evening.
I'm Kay Renee.
How are you?
I am blessed. Thank you. What's up,
Good.
bestie?
Bestie, that's my best friend.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a whole thing I'm trying to work with these two on. You guys will get details on that soon. But these two need to share their story. I'll just tell you guys that later. So, ladies, you're doing a wonderful event this weekend. Sarita, I want to talk to you first. If you could introduce yourself, tell the audience a little bit about who you are, and then let's get into why you created this amazing event.
Well, I'm Sarita, and I'm the executive director of the Talbert Memorial Fund, which was created in honor of my brother, who I unfortunately lost to gun violence. It would be 24 years ago. And then August of 2017, I lost my only child, my son, on my father's 75th birthday. He too was shot and killed. So this Sunday, we are doing a Black Men's Heal event, because I know that I am very surrounded and blessed to have a good support system, both men and women, who love on me through my ups and downs. But I also acknowledge that my son's father too lost a child. And normally men, when they've experienced a loss, they kind of just get a dog, I'm sorry to hear about that. And then life kind of goes on. But we've not really embraced them to allow them the opportunity to be vulnerable. And so this is just one of many events we want to kind of change the narrative to let people know that real Black men cry. They are vulnerable. They need to be in a space to grieve out loud, and that it's okay. And it's not where they're going to be looked upon as if they're weak or anything else. And then that translates to my son's generation, who I talk to all the time to say, like, the pulse of where they're at. And they say, you know, we pick up guns because that shows our strength. We don't see or have never seen another way to show our emotions. We're told we don't show emotions. So they have no empathy. They have no respect. And at this point, they're just taking the audacity level to the next level. So we're starting with baby steps to bring men together who have suffered some type of trauma, because we live in a PTSD environment, and just to allow them, to let them know that we're here to support them. And I want to do it on a more consistent basis, not on just Father's Day, but this is the launch of it.
I think that is just so beautiful. It's touching. You know, I know your backstory. I know the pain, the tragedy. But what I find so refreshing is that each and every time you figure out a way to give back to other people, you know, you're a source of upliftment. And I know she's a good friend of yours, but you also are sitting on her board, and just watching and knowing that your friend has gone through so many tragedies and things like that. What makes her persevere like that?
So Sarita is an extraordinary young woman. She has her faith grounded into God, And on times when I know if she's breaking down or just having a very difficult day, I give her that time to cry. Well, she used the world when she cries because she get on Facebook Live or Instagram and just let it all out. But once, if I see it or get a ping of it, I'm like, okay, you're having a rough day. Let me bring you a popsicle and cocktail, and we're going to get through this. We'll cry this out. Well, she normally cries. I only cry once, but she will cry it out because she needs someone to, we got to make sure this is XYZ done and executed. But I think she's an extraordinary young woman. I am so proud of her for everything that she does. I'm the pushback queen because I'm like, girl, we are not about to do this right now. And it started from when I met her in 2005. The first event we did was a Black Men's Wellness Expo at IIT. And it started off as a joke because we were like, okay, we need to find husbands because we're getting older. So let's do an event to.
I knew it.
It's a game. It's a gimmick to it, a method to our madness.
Look, girls after my own heart. Hello? Right.
Yes. And we tested men for HIV/AIDS. Her brother's in the entertainment industry. He is an entertainment attorney. So we had various workshops for men to go through. And it turned out like an amazing event to give them healthcare, job resources. Expungement. We were partnering with Congressman Danny Davis's office. And this was something that I have to say this, only one person experienced us working together. He's no longer here. That's Amadeus Reams. Yeah. And Amadeus came in the room. We're both in the bed. We're strictly heterosexual women, but we're in the bed planning events and like talking to each other. Amadeus came in and was like, I don't know what I walked in on. I was like, boy, you got to get your butt on the end of the bed so get this thing planned. So we planned so many wonderful, successful events. And our creative juices just really work well together. I feel like she's my yin to my yang.
Very good. Well, Kay Renee, I'm gonna let you comment, but it look like you and I may need to volunteer next time they do something. Because did I hear say HIV and AIDS testing? Did I hear expungement? Look, girl, that'll cut some of that chase down for who we trying to find. So we might have to be two volunteers, right? Look, right, we might have to help the mission, right? Because look, everything is on your checklist. These ladies kind of handled it in one event.
And also that event is actually coming back up again. That was in 2007 when we did that event. And because of what's going on with so many African-American men, Sarita came up with Black Men Heal. And then we just did Black Men Wellness. We're just going to have to do a reboot of that in October of this year. Now, how are we going to fast and plan this? Yes, it's coming up.
All right, Kay Renee, what do you want to say to the ladies? Isn't this incredible? It's just beautiful.
It is. Well, first, Sarita, it's a pleasure meeting you. I know you're good hanging around with this one right over here, because Miss Ty is something else. So, but my in a loving way, because I have nothing but love for Ty.
Oh yeah, I love.
But I really applaud you for saying what you said about when men grieve, they don't allow themselves. Society does not allow men, especially Black men, to grieve. So I truly applaud you for that. I guess the question is, how have you been able with this pandemic? And, just recently what happened earlier this week with the mass shootings, in Inglewood. How do you reach out to men to say, hey, we're here for you, to be able to let go and let God allow them to grieve? What do you, and with this event, what will they be able to do?
Well, it kind of birthed like I said, my son passed, it'll be 4 years this August. So I've just been in prayer with God to ask him, what is my purpose and mission? And while I could do 100 million things for women, it came back to men, but I wasn't sure why. And then unfortunately, February of this year, my son's, one of his best friend who lived right behind us, he unfortunately was murdered like 4 days before his birthday. So for me, that was the Band-Aid being pulled off to like really feel, because I'm still numb for my son. I know he's gone, but I've not really experienced, he's gone. And so I just remember asking my bonus son's father one day, how you doing? And he was like, I'm good. And I was like, no, you're not. Your son was shot a few weeks ago. You're not good. And when we pulled the layers back, he was like, I'm not good. And honestly, because of that, and because of my father, and seeing that my father really didn't get a chance to grieve from my brother, and my son was like, again, a wake-up call for all of those wounds that we did not address back then. It was very important and an extremely my life goal and legacy for myself and for my son and for my son's son to really make like I said, change that narrative to say, hey, there's grief counseling out here. But for the most part, I just want men to know that it's okay not to be okay. Like, and to say it, and it'll be slow because it's unconditioned in their mind. As mothers, we have to teach our sons it's okay to express their feelings. I think we kind of started early by telling them, don't cry. I don't want to hear that. And so they learn to repress their feelings at a very young age. Now, there's times when, you know, they're whining and they shouldn't. But when they're actually going through something, we need to encourage it, talk through it so they understand why they're feeling these emotions. So as they get older, they can feel like, I'm okay.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with expressing that.
Right. So, ladies, what will be at the event on Sunday? What time? What's all the logistics of the event? I hate I'm not going to be here because I definitely would be there. Because, look, I was looking at where it says 20% of African-American men are going to experience some serious mental health problems, depression, ADHD, suicide, post-traumatic stress disorder. Honey, all of that. So I would love to be there to get rubbed, and I'm chat daddy. So you know what I'm saying? I'm the daddy of all daddies. So right, but so what will they experience on Sunday?
Well, men, that's one of the things that men really don't have opportunity to get. Yes, they go to the barbershops, they get their fade all lined up and their beard gang done. But this is a time that we are allowing men to get catered to. So they're getting manicures, massages. They're getting treated like a king that they truly are. And it's so many issues that they have to deal with on an outside world. We just wanted them to come into this man cave and feel loved, wanted, and that, hey, we see you and it's okay for you to be it's okay not to be okay. But one of the things I really want to just give a couple of shout outs to, we were having it at a different location earlier this week. Some things had to change. Made a phone call, Anna's Beverage, Eddie, right on 75th, and we know all of the issues that happened on 75th last week, right? We were in Greece when they were twerking on the cars. I'm like, that is so Western, right? Because you know they didn't do that on the South Side. Came back home and realized that's our shit, right?
Right.
So we wanted to, and then after, I'm not saying that word MASSSHOOTING because that's what the media want us to say. So I'm not going to say that. But the issues that happened on 75th Street at 2:00 in the morning, we wanted to make sure that we know to support our people on 75th Street. That's Stephanie at Brown Sugar Bakery. That's Lim's Barbecue. That is Anna's Beverage. Pardon me?
Francis
Lounge. These are people.
Marlon.
Marlon, come on now. His mom was amazing. So we wanted to make sure that we are supporting the people in this 75th Street corridor. We know that evilness that happened is not going to happen on that day. We're going to have support. We're going to have it ordained by God. And we're helping men that traditionally don't get help. And the coup de grace for this, guess what? You're vaccinated. You're vaccinated. She's vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. We want to make sure that these Black men get access to vaccines. So we should have at least 2 different ones, Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. Make sure these Black men get vaccinated, helped, and healed. So we can continue to support all our Black kings as they should.
I love it. For more information, www.talbertmemorialfoundation.com. Fund, FUND.org. You can go there. It's a non-for-profit organization. It's a 501c3. You can make donations there. There's more information there. I highly recommend that you follow both of these ladies on social media, honey. They're a hoot and a holler. And I love a hoot and a holler, honey. Y'all a hoot and a holler. Now, who's hoot? And who's holler?
I figured that.
And I'm Louise.
Yeah,
I figured that.
And who's holler? But yes, please support this. If I was in town Sunday, I would definitely be there. But I will help you all with other missions that are going on because Sarita, you really live your life on social media, and I'll say this. I love when you are healing and helping the world. I just think it's the most beautiful thing ever. And I've noticed you reference Jehovah several times. My aunt and I talk about that quite a bit, the name Jehovah. And so I'm just proud that you are healing while helping people. And that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And one of the things that I love about her, Chat Daddy, she went after experiencing grief and talking to so many grief counselors on a weekly basis. I think her day was Thursday because she was like, oh shit, I'm on my way to go to, my counselor. And she would go and get so angry because they were textbook and they didn't understand. I think one day she just went off on the lady and was like, did your son get killed? After that, Sarita went back to school to get her certification in grief counseling. So she's able to help other mothers and other fathers and other people that's going through this to heal. So that's one remarkable thing about her. And I always let her know that, she's my angel on earth because I've never met an individual. She's my bestie.
I gotta learn how to do all that. Y'all know I'm trying to be an internet star. Okay. Yay. All right. Yay. All right. Let's do it. All right.
So thank you for allowing us to be on your platform to talk about something that's so new to the community.
I really do. K. Renee, in closing, what do you want to say to the ladies?
That's all I'm going to say. To both of you, this is my love to the two of you. If there's anything I can do, Sarita, Holla knows how to get a hold of me. So
information.
Holla knows how to get a hold of me.
Oh my God!
Shirts.
We gotta have t-shirts, and they gotta be blinged out.
Oh
Hoot
Lord,
and holler, baby! And Chat Daddy
Lord.
named all that. That's right. Chat Daddy named all that. Hoot and holler. Yes. What
I was going to say, Sarita, I hope when you have time, and I always say that because I always tell artists, there's a book in you. When you're ready to write it and share it, because that will also help you even more so heal. So again, I'm just giving you right here, just lots of love.
Thank you.
And because God is with you, He has never left you, and He will continue to be there with you. And you got your bestie over there, Holla got your back. She got your back.
I love it. I do. Absolutely. All right. Well, ladies, in closing, what else do you want to say? The platform is all yours.
You.
Okay. No, just thank you again for having me on the show. I know we've been trying to connect for a while. And so I'm just mentally in a space where I'm ready to just do the business God purposed me with. Jalen's life is not taken in vain. So he made deposits in me, and I have to cash those deposits out now.
Very good. Very good. Very, very good. That is so beautiful. Bestie, what do you want to say?
I don't think it's. I feel like what more can I say? It is just a pleasure. First of all, Chat Daddy, thank you for being you, authentically you. Since I met you in 2004 when I moved to Chicago, it blew the place over there on 47th Street in the lounge. Oh my God, I love it.
Lord have mercy. I love how you good on these dates.
I can't. So I get mad because, I mean, that's probably one of my biggest issues in relationships, because I never forget. I remember day, time, hour, minute, second, and then I break it on down. Then it's like, yeah, but I will forget it for a minute, but then I always come back. But
these are the things I remember versus what I don't remember. Like, I couldn't tell you the date and where it was, but I remember other things. So that's what's
I remember what you wore, right?
Right.
But just thank you for continuing to use your platform for positivity and good in the hood, and not just here in the city of Chicago, but everywhere that you touched. And then Michelle, Lord have mercy. What? Lord have mercy. K Renee, you are not no K Michelle, because your face is still beautiful. Don't you do not that craziness that the girls is doing. Lord, looking a hot mess. Oh, sorry,
right.
I thank you for your I thank you for your positivity and your Karen's Nuggets, that if people are out there and you haven't seen it, please go look at her Karen's Nuggets on the social media. You might not see it every day or every other day, but when you see it, I guarantee you it touches your heart for whatever you're going through in a positive way. And then for Sarita, I mean, what more can I say? She was just nominated Miss Positivity today at work. And it was one of the things that she did. She's going to kill me because I'm telling her business. But during the height of the pandemic, you know, we were scared. I didn't, like, today was my first day back in the physical office in 19 months. She's an airline. She's not a stewardess. She worked at the
gate agent.
There you go. She's a gate agent. But as you know, travel hasn't stopped during the pandemic. So she was going to work she only worked 2 days a week, but she was going to work those 2 days a week out of the month. But the positive thing of her working
girl, keep them benefits, girl. Keep them benefits.
She can't go under 40 hours.
One thing I miss is them benefits. I miss them benefits. Yeah.
She can't go under 40 hours. But while she's at those, at work, she went to Starbucks in an O'Hare Airport and bought $300 in gift cards, and gave it to her coworkers, just to build them, just pump them up, let them know that she loves you. Someone loves you. Yes, they were scared, that, we didn't know we knew how the virus was transmitted, but like, she hasn't had a routine from the things in her car, from going home, stripping and taking her clothes off to take, her showers and everything. But for her to not think about herself, but to always think about others, that makes her so uniquely and genuinely Sarita.
That's right. Absolutely. She truly is a first responder. Right. A lot of people don't think about that. Gate agents, ramp workers, anybody that comes in contact with the public are first responders. That person at Starbucks who poured you the cup of coffee or gave you the gift cards or whatever. Those people, those
are troopers.
Responders. Right. Yes.
They were the troopers. Yeah. And before I go, I just want to everyone knows this is Pride Month. I wish I had some rainbow. It's in my,
keep talking. Wait. Okay.
There you go, Pride Month. Well, I don't have nothing. What do I got on my desk? Okay, this look like almost Pride. Hey, got necklace. Pride. Okay, I digress. Okay, so being that this is, June is Juneteenth. The legislature of Illinois just passed it. So now we were having a holiday. But I just want to give a shout out to some of the sponsors that's helping us with this event.
Yeah.
So of course it's Wreath 360. Sarita makes candles and does 15,000 other things.
I need one of them candles in my house so I can know what the candles is all about. Yeah, I need one of them candles. Yes.
I got you.
She got to make it. Go home and make candles. But also, we were blessed by the Chicago Black Men's Gay Caucus. They blessed us with a great donation for this event. We have Agape Collection. We couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for our wonderful PR extraordinaire, Christy with an I, fam. And Brown Sugar Bakery and A&S Beverages, to always just come in a pinch and was like, hey, we got this for you ladies. Let's make it work. So we all look forward to everyone 1 through 5 at A&S Beverages on 75th Street in the parking lot. We will have a wonderful array of, hey, Pride and Joy. Hey. I need me something. I don't have nothing. All I got is a necklace on my desk.
That's all right. That's all right. Keep talking, Mama.
It's
Keep
color.
talking.
It's color. But to make sure that, thank everyone for our sponsors that took their time out to see that it was a great cause and that they wanted to participate in it. So we just
give us the address. Give us the address.
Oh, yes, I'm gonna type it in too. A&S Beverage is at 305 East 75th Street from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the amazing, wonderful, thriving Chatham community. Chatham, for Black folks. First rich neighborhood for Black people in the city of Chicago.
Yes, that's right. Really, Chicago's Wall Street, Black Wall Street.
Our Black Wall Street. So we're not going to that influence that's out there, the demons that's running out there in the city of Chicago. I guarantee I'll make sure I go to Holy Name Cathedral and get some holy oil. I'll sprinkle around the doggone corner, walking around it 30 times. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Wait, you sprinkle holy oil 30 times around?
So, okay, let me change my other hat. Hold on, push this hair down. So,
right. Oh, and by the way, somebody said your hair was fly. Somebody
thank you. $4.99. Go on 75th Street.
I call that the Mahalia Jackson bouffant.
That's a bouffant, don't it? I like my little bouffant.
That's the Mahalia Jackson bouffant. That's right.
Go right up to the beauty supply store on 67th and Stony Island. It's $4.99. I bought like 5 different hair things. So this is little curlies at the back of the store. They got all the ponytails. $4.99. I bought a lot. Okay, back to what were we talking about? Oh, no. So the holy oil. So back in my other life, in 2000, and I worked for Chicago Public Schools. And back in 2012, the reality, we were closing schools. But one particular school that has my heart, Marcus Garvey, I was one of those individuals that had to be the mouthpiece for CPS to the community. And when I walked, I'm coming in to give my speech, as you can say. But when the principal and the students walk me through the schools and I can see what's not on that paper that I had to read, that gave us like, okay, let's, tear this wall down. So we, around that time, it was a TV show that was on one of the cable networks about the Bible. And that particular, like the week of when we were going to have a hearing for that school, it was Joshua fought the Battle of Jericho and the wall came tumbling down. So I was like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get some holy oil and we're going to walk around this building 30 times. And I guarantee you, they're not going to close that school. Out of all the schools that was in my network, we only closed one school. That school did not close. I have to say a rest in peace to my former principal. My former principal, her name is Michelle Van Allen. We lost her a couple years ago. But for that woman to fight for her school and fight for her babies on a daily basis, and she believed she was a woman of faith, and she believed hard in her children, in her community.
Beautiful. All of this. That really sums up Juneteenth. You ladies doing this event on Sunday to help men. I just think this whole conversation tonight has been just so on point and in the right direction. We were talking earlier about we are a race of people that have just been through so much. Our perseverance, our tenacity, just all of that. And I'm just so grateful just to talk to people who are visionaries. I mean, just, UK Renee, Sarita, you, Thai, I just love you as well, too. So, ladies, just God bless you. Really, a beautiful conversation.
Thank you.
Beautiful conversation. All right, so listen, everybody, do us a huge favor. Go over to the TalbertMemorialFund.org. Talbert, TALBERT, memorialfund.org. Find out what you can do, how you can help. A&S Liquors this coming Saturday on 75th Street. We know all of the things you guys have been hearing about 75th, but it's a beautiful, thriving metropolis there. Some of the best barbecue, of course, brown sugar bacon. A&S Liquors, just really a beautiful corridor with outdoor seating and all of that. And we will not let shenanigans and foolery stop us from being victorious and celebrating and loving each other. We will not. All right,
Yes.
ladies. Let's see.
Hold on, we can't say the word shenanigans because me and Sarita, you know, we love shenanigans, but that was Tom
Yeah,
Fuller.
I know. That's a whole nother show, though. That's a whole nother show. A whole nother show. I told you, we gonna work on the shenanigans and foolery.
Yeah, we like shenanigans, but not the
I got a whole Tyler Perry vision in my head. So just hold on. Just hold on, ladies. I told you. A part of the new Chat Daddy brand. Yes, amen. A&S Beverages, 305 East 75th. A&S Beverages, 305 East 75th Street from 1 to 4 this coming Sunday. Sunday.
Father's
Candace, huh?
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Father's Day, Daddy.
What did Candace say to us? Let's see. She said, so happy. Let me see. What's her comment? So happy Juneteenth has become a holiday finally. Big celebration happening this weekend in the south suburbs. It's about time. Ladies, before I let you both go, what do you think about the whole Juneteenth now becoming a holiday? Kay Renee and I were kind of talking earlier. Honey, I want some reparations. I still want 40 acres and a mule.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, it was about time. And I you know, working for Bobby Rush and, you know, loving history so much, knowing the significance of Juneteenth, but to see it actually come to building up to fruition over the past couple of years was warm to my heart. I remember last year with, I think it was Black People Eats, did like a blog of all the places to eat that Black people own, that was owned by Black people. And I remember I was looking at that video the other day. I did a Facebook Live on 75th Street, like, Steph, she had that red, black, and green cake. And I'm like, I don't stand in line, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I went through like the sad door, like, I need my cake. Because she's
right.
So, and to see people that don't look like us, to be downtown. And when I say don't look like us, I'm talking about this beautiful black chocolateness that you see right here, all this good chocolate. They don't look like us. They don't use our same combs. But they were celebrating and was like happy downtown. And just like we see the other races for their holidays, for Mexicans Independence Day, I used to love seeing people driving down Michigan Avenue and Lakeshore Drive with their flag. Now, look outside now.
Red, green, and black flag.
Red, green, and black flag.
I know.
Won't he do it?
I know. Yeah. Sarita, what do you think about the whole Juneteenth now being a holiday?
I pray that it gets taught in our school system, because I think with everything that's going on, their history is now being erased. And this is the birth of our history now being told the right way, as it should, as this country was built upon. So prayerfully, again, little seeds and nuggets for our next generation to understand the importance of Juneteenth, the history behind it, the economics behind it, that they will feel blessed, proud to be an African American and not what the media has tainted us to be, as well as sugar-coated over their history. So I feel it is going to be slowly but surely, as we really celebrate it. Once next year, I'm sure it's going to be much bigger on a much larger scale, that these kids, just as quickly as they were to go and shut down I-57 when Trump was coming, that they would be just as proud to go, you know, and celebrate that history so they can learn and understand we're not who they try to make us out to be.
Yes, yeah, I love it. Kay Renee, in closing.
Again, to both of you, thank you for just being who you are. Sarita, you know, lots of love to you on Sunday. And just take those baby steps when you need healing, when you need love. Allow those individuals like your partner right over there to love you and to give you that love unconditionally. So blessings to you.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Hoot and Holla.
Hoot and Holla. We can t-shirts.
Big round of applause for Hoot and Holla. I love both of
Yes.
these women. I love them socially, but I also love where their heart is, who they are, and just the world in which they are trying to make a difference is the world we live in right now. And it's just incredible. It really is. The amazing Miss Sarita Talbert and Iteria Towns. This coming Sunday, again, please go to the website, visit these ladies, check them out on Sunday. Gentlemen, it's all about healing, brothers. It really is. And that's, ladies, that's just men across the board. I mean, you know, whether it's your side of the fence or my side of the fence, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen with our brothers. So thank you, ladies, so very much. God bless you and have a great night. And Lady T, we got to get you back.
Someone wants to say hi, chat. Jalen's twin.
I know. There he is. He is. Hey, brother.
Hi,
look at him. I mean, that boy is ain't no denying who his daddy. You understand me? No denying. He looks great. How old are you now?
Huh?
He said, how old are you?
How old are you? 6.
I'm 6 years old.
Wow. All right, man. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. God bless, ladies. We love you both. And we'll talk to you later. Be good, brother. Stay out of trouble, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you so much, ladies. That was incredible. Bye. We love it. See you later. Happy Father's Day. Oh, that was incredible. That was so good. That was great, great, great. Yeah, that was a great interview. K. Renee has been a full show. I don't know what happened to the aquatics dude. He must have got ate by a fish or something. Maybe he had a fish emergency, girl. I don't know. Well, you know, honey, right? You know, honey, this show, honey, is booked as it is now, baby. We don't do no shows on this show.
We don't do do-overs, you know.
We don't do no shows on this show, baby. Now, maybe he got swallowed by a whale, honey. I don't know.
Good.
You know, I got to get on this phone when this show is over and figure out what the deal is, baby. We need a nugget from you, boo.
Oh, before you do that, I gotta tell you this story. That you're gonna laugh about this. This is under the topic. Can you believe this?
Oh, yes. Okay.
This was a house sitter, and a guest was removed from a Chicago home they don't own. This happened recently.
Wait, yeah. Damn it, I hate you because you things that I be wanting to. Okay, yeah.
All right, let me tell the story. 2 men who established residency in a Chicago home they did not own were removed from the property earlier this week.
Yep.
Northside homeowner Todd Woolman stated his trouble started last October 2020 when he returned from his Kenmore Avenue home after 2 months taking care of his ailing mother. Upon his return, he learned that the house sitter that he originally wanted to help house sit had brought in another man while he was away. They used his Kenmore Avenue address as their primary address. And Woman, he was trying to reason with them, saying, look, I'm going to give you time because it's a pandemic to find you another place. They refused, and we live right here. So as time wore on, these individuals were like frickin' frack, became increasingly hostile and volatile. The was causing disruption and chaos with the other neighbors because it's a condo building. The condo president was like, oh, we got to get rid of these sons of guns. He even let the utilities lapse and hoping they would leave. They was just like, well, we're going to just put the extension cords out the window to get some light. So they finally got rid of him. So I guess I'm going to ask the question to you. What would you do?
I got a story.
What would you do?
Listen, you first of all are my kindred spirit. Because when I saw the story, I laughed and I chuckled. But I know this story firsthand, not me personally. But a friend of mine had gotten involved with a young man. The young man had started staying with the guy. And one night they kind of had a little tryst with somebody else, and they never could get rid of the third person that was a part of the tryst. And the guy who originally the place was ended up getting put out of his own place by the guy he allowed to come stay with him and the third party person that was a part. Oh, it, honey, was a big mess. So when I saw this on the news, I said, uh-oh. I said, I kind of get a little gay overtone in this situation when I kind of saw the guy on the news. Something, you get what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of damn nerve for you to move in somebody's damn house and take, because it's called squatters' rights. It is,
Right.
called, and it could happen to any of us. That's one of the reasons why, no, I now want you to be able to have somewhere where you lay your head. If me and you get ready to lay a head together, we going to buy a place to lay a head together, but not you finna come lay your head up with me all the time. But yes, it's called squatters' rights. But I do know firsthand of a story of a friend that this did happen to, that his part-time boo thing and ended up moving in another boo thing, and they ended up taking this man's place over. So I do know that situation very well. Same way with people in evicted homes now. I know quite a few people that say, oh, honey, their property, they trying to rent it to somebody else, and people know it's empty and have moved in, and it's called squatters' rights.
It won't be no squatters' rights up in here. How about that? Nobody living up in here, but yours truly. I ain't having nobody. That I felt bad for him because I saw the interview, and here's the thing: he's former works for the news station.
Who?
The gentleman who was allowing this house sitter to watch his house. He used to work for NBC.
The gentleman whose house it was, or the gentleman that he allowed to watch his place?
The gentleman whose house it was.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Used to work for NBC.
I wouldn't be. You'd be surprised. A lot of the people that work in backgrounds, because he wasn't on camera, but a lot of people who work in backgrounds, they got seedy, illicit lives and all. That's a whole nother story. Okay, that's a whole that'll be in my damn book.
Well, and speaking of books, here's my nugget for tonight.
Right. Look, long story short, it was something in all of that. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, go right ahead. Give us your nugget, darling.
Here's the nugget for tonight. Life is like a book. Some chapters are sad, some are happy, some are exciting. But if you never turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter has in store for you. And that's Wise Words Wednesday. # turn your chapter with faith.
Boom. Turn your chapter with faith. Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge is where you can find this young lady. We just love and appreciate her. That was really good. Okay, Renee, real quick before we run, we got to talk about, because we didn't talk about the other day, the woman that was living for 10 years next door to her lover was missing and had been right.
Child. That child. And this is not here in the States. This is in India.
Right.
Let's see if I can pull that stuff. Because when I saw that, I said, you got to be kidding me. This child gonna live. I'm seeing if I can pull that up. She moved out apparently, whatever the story was, but she was living with her secret lover for 10 years. I just still couldn't believe this. But this happened in India. And my thing is this: you couldn't do that here in the hood. You just couldn't do it because somebody is gonna know what you're doing. How about that?
Here's the deal. What about doctor's appointments? What about going to the grocery store? What about going out to get some fresh air? You are next door to your family and have been living next door with your secret lover for 10 years. Like, was she going back and forth home? Was she disappeared, right?
She disappeared.
And was right next door.
Right next door.
Baby, now you talking about some Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus crap. Are you kidding me? Right next door.
Next door. And she was with her secret lover.
Well, it was a secret anytime she pulled it off for 10 years. Interesting.
Since 2010. So that's almost 11 years.
Right. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of yet another amazing show.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for all of your watching of the show. Please go to YouTube and subscribe to The Real Chat Daddy Show. YouTube, Facebook, The Real Chat Daddy Show. You can always watch shows on both of those platforms. Don't forget, we have a lot of great things coming up soon. The Real Chat Daddy Show will be broadcasting live from Hawaii. Yay! Live from Hawaii. Let me put that up there. We'll be broadcasting live from Hawaii, July 12th. Oh no, honey, it fits in there. Look, I'm learning how to format all this now, baby. I'm learning. The Real Chat Daddy Show broadcasting live from Hawaii, July 12th through the 14th. Still 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, the normal times, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. But mark your calendar now for the Real Chat Daddy Show coming to you live from Hawaii. All right, very good. Kay Renee, please tell us about what we have in store for Friday. Oh, you did tell us that already. Remind everybody again.
As I said, we're coming to the show with Candid Conversations with K and K. We're going to be talking to two dads who are just lovely dads. One who talks about his daughter on social media, but he's also a social worker, and the other who is a pastor. And we're all going to have a conversation about the upcoming Juneteenth holiday. And I would be remiss if I wouldn't wish my big brother a happy Father's Day.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been posting pictures of famous daddies. Yesterday it was me and Diddy.
Yes.
Sean Puffy Combs. And then today it was me and Big Daddy Kane. So yes, I've been posting pictures of me and daddies. Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Wilmelda. We just love and appreciate you.
Thank you, Wilmelda.
Candace, we love you too. Lynn Klein. Hello, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
We love you, Lynn. Lynn is a big fan of The Chi. And Lynn, we got to get Lynn on one night to talk to her. She loves watching all type of movies and documentaries. And she's very conscious. Lynn could get a Soul Sister Award too, because she's very conscious.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you so much. Watika said, me and Kay got grass skirts. Oh, yeah, we all gonna have grass skirts. We all, look. I'm gonna learn the hula. It's so many things I'm gonna learn to do. Are you kidding me? Right. And I'm looking for me a Polynesian. All right, Hawaii.
Oh, suck it now.
I'm looking to have a love affair in Hawaii. Yes.
Oh, suck it now.
I'm changing my name as soon as the plane lands. That's
Lord.
All I'm gonna say. Yeah. We love you, Candace. Thank you so much. I'll be broadcasting live a few times from Atlanta. I will. Thank you, guys. We love you all. We really appreciate your support. Oh, we need to shout out one of our dear friends, DJ Brandon. He will be celebrating his birthday. DJ Brandon Barker. Remember, we had him on the show. We love DJ. We do. I'm gonna do something and have him DJ for me.
Yes.
He is celebrating his birthday on Monday. We won't be on air.
I'll make sure.
We want to wish him a happy birthday.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you also to Watika. Hey, Kathy Dixon. Kathy Dixon did a beautiful display at the chat on Sunday with her.
Yes, she did.
We love her and all the young ladies that she brought with her. And we just thank everybody who has just been really supportive of this show. We really do. We love you guys. All right. So don't forget to turn into Candid Conversations with K&K Friday night at 9 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, on their platforms. I'll be back on Tuesday night, the 22nd. See you this coming Saturday, Atlanta. I'll be there. And that's it. It's time for us to get on up out of here. I got some I might be at your door tomorrow with a couple of them Stan's donuts, baby. I might
Lord.
Be rich with me on it. I might be at your door tomorrow. So my ding dong.
Well,
here's the donut.
That ding dong, not the other ding dong. Okay.
Right. Well, right. I got out of that business a while ago. Right. Yeah. I've been out of that business for a minute. That's funny. It was a gentleman I know who he was a clown at children's parties, but he also had a hellified body and he did adult stuff. Absolutely. And Ursula and I used to laugh about that all the time. Like, Lord, we hope he don't go and forget where he at. You know what I'm saying? And right. Yes. And actually, I think both names was. I'll tell you that whole story offline because I don't want to put it there. But yeah, absolutely. So no, my ding dong will be ringing your doorbell, ding dong.
Okay.
For more information about yours truly, please go to therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. For Kay Renee, it's Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Go check her out. Be supportive of her as well. We love you guys so very much. We're a health and wellness show. We always put our little mask on. I still been wearing my mask, even though I've been out in public. A lot of picture taking lately. But my mask tonight says smile. I've been having it on. Also to celebrate Pride. I have a Pride mask. Yes. We're going to be celebrating Pride the last week here on the show. Very good. Don't forget to sanitize and do what you guys need to do. But we will be wearing masks until Juvember of 2025. Juvember.
Amen.
Sexy sanitizer. Let's do this on our way out. We love you guys so much.
Yes.
Be safe, everybody. God bless.
And we'll happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. We love you guys so very much. We are out. Bye.
Bye.
You saying it till I do it. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and